I was looking to do a business management degree. I wasn't really sure where I was going to go after that, but I did business, economics, maths and psychology A-levels. In my first year, completely flunked maths because it was just something that you have to keep up with all the time. I get really distracted by social situations. Like, I love meeting new people, and I think that's one thing that held me back at school, because I just wanted to chat all the time and not really do my work. So I didn't really feel like I was concentrating that well, so I decided that uni really wasn't for me. That was a really big turning point, because it really started to sink in that I had to actually do something with my life, and that I couldn't just be at school all the time. And I just felt that I really wanted to make something of myself and prove to myself that I can do a lot better than I had done.
I started in lab work. I just happened to get a job at my local NHS trust in my gap year before university, and it was a means of getting some work before going on to study. And I turned my hand to that. I had a bit of a scientific background through A-levels, but again I did sciences and English and Latin before university. I actually moved to Bristol, where I currently live, to study classics at the University of Bristol. So I delved around in Greek and Latin for a few years, mostly because I enjoyed the subjects, and I thought, okay, I'd like an undergraduate degree. It turned out to be an arts degree because I found a subject that I really liked, but obviously it hasn't necessarily been a straightforward path into the NHS from a classics degree. Went back into lab work after I finished my arts degree to really support myself in Bristol, as I thought it was a fantastic city to live in, and also because the NHS was, I suppose it had been a place where it had supported me before university, and it was able to support me afterwards. I've always had the niggling in the back of my mind, okay, I've done a bachelor's degree, I'd like to do more, I'd like to go on and do a master's. At the time I was doing lab work in Bristol, and I just happened to see one day the NHS Management Training Scheme advertised, which of course offers postgraduate qualifications and fantastic opportunities to progress a career. Compared to an undergraduate degree, the training scheme was a step up in terms of difficulty and challenge, but it was so rewarding.
When I was sort of 14, 15, I was very, very into my studying, and I was desperate to go to Cambridge University, so I spent every minute studying. And then I didn't get into Cambridge University, and I was really, really devastated. But I think it was for the best, because I've ended up kind of going out more rather than sitting in my bedroom reading poetry and being a bit geeky. And went out, met loads of friends, went to York University, had a fantastic time, and it kind of really brought me out of my shell. So I think that was a real key thing that happened in my life.
My brother went to university before me, and I saw a lot of debt and things and thought I want to work rather than be in debt for the rest of my life.
Well, while I was at school, I had a part-time job working in a MOT test centre. So I've always been interested in cars, wanted to work with cars.
My dad was always working on cars, motorbikes, so I got involved with helping him at weekends and things, and that was where it started. And I found this apprenticeship, so I did the apprenticeship. And then as soon as I finished the apprenticeship, I knew that I wanted to get back into, or come back into the training department and help pass on my knowledge to other people.
Well, my university experience was probably different to a lot of people's, because I didn't go away from home. I went to university where I lived. There wasn't really ever any question that I wouldn't go to university. I think I still felt quite young and definitely didn't feel ready to go out and start working at that point, so it was kind of almost just a natural thing that I would go to university. So in the end I did a history degree, and really that was just a decision through speaking to my teachers at college and also my parents.
Of computer games. From an early age I've always loved games, but I didn't actually think it'd be possible to sort of, it's like I said earlier, it's a dream job, so some people dream about being a pop star, some people dream about being a movie stars, that sort of thing. But so games was my dream. But I didn't actually think it'd be possible until I actually found there was a course at university that did this sort of thing. So I applied for a course to do 3D. No, it was computer games design, and from there it was like sort of, wow, this is actually going to be possible.